Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Bissinger here. I thought we'd be reading a book today since today was field day called Wacky Sports. Sure, you know baseball, soccer, and basketball, but have you heard about Qicang, the Estonian swimming competition? Not just splashing around, splash diving. Have you ever done a valley flop off the diving board? Ever challenged your buddies to a cannonball contest? Wanted to see who made the biggest splash? Now, would you ever think those games could be an actual sport? Splash diving was invented in Germany, but everyone knows the basic idea. The person who makes the highest and widest sprays of water wins. In the official sport, a panel of judges rate each jump based on execution, how well it's done, and degree of difficulty. Divers are ranked by skill. You start as a hopper. After mastering the moves on that level, you rise to a jumper, then diver, then master, then champion. Go all the way. And you could reach the top rank, Baron. This watery punishment is gaining popularity. The sport has fans all over Europe, Australia, and the Philippines. The language of skin-smacking water must be universal. There are even junior events for kids. Can you picture your parents' thrilled faces? Yes, this sport is open to anyone daring enough to take the plunge. According to the official website, splash diving is a community for girls, boys, and especially freaks. Knocking your lights out, pillow fighting. Isn't pillow fighting just for sleepover parties? Sorry, but times have changed. Welcome to the Pillow Fight World Cup. At this event, uniformed opponents bash it out in front of cheering crowds. Pajamas are not allowed. Contenders from Europe, Asia, and the United States compete in this wacky event. It's less brutal than boxing, admitted one competitor, but you still need technique. Once inside the ring, fighters fling their fluffy weapons. Swap! Judges award points for shots to the head or body. Swoop! They deduct points if a competitor touches the mat with a pillow or a hand. Moof! A blow that lands on an opponent on both knees is considered a knockout. The World Cup is just for women, but foes of both sexes, armed with feathered weapons, compete in various events from Canada to Austria to Indonesia. They may fight while sitting astride a slippery pole. They might battle on stage next to a punk band. They might fight one-on-one. Or it may be a 10-person battle royale. However the matches are staged, after all that action, fighters are tired enough for a nap. Good thing they already have their pillows. Huh? Up, up, away. Ditch vaulting. Vliegberjon, which is Dutch for far leaping, is one of a kind climbing sport. It started in Holland, a part of the Netherlands. English speakers call the sport ditch vaulting. Sane people call it crazy. The sport requires a dock, a small canal, a 43-foot-long 13-meter-long pole, and a pit of sand. Oh, and also athletes with the climbing skills of a monkey. So what's the event? You, the ditch vaulter, sprint down the long dock. You grab a pole that's anchored in the canal. You shimmy up the pole as high as possible as it falls toward the other bank. Before the pole hits the shore, you jump, springing into the sand pit. Whoever lands farthest away from the start wins. This daring sport began as a sort of transportation. As early as the year 1200, the Dutch used poles to vault across the many waterways that divided plots of land in Holland. The first organized competition was arranged in 1771. Game on. This sport isn't child's play, even if kids and teenagers can compete in the 16 and under division. The world record is 70.57 feet. That's long enough to sail over a fin whale, second only to the blue whale in size, should one happen to be swimming in the canal. Take the plunge, octopush. Close your eyes and imagine an ice hockey game. Now imagine all the ice has melted. Next, substitute swim fins for the skates. Replace the helmets with masks and snorkels. Okay, now you're ready for underwater hockey. Also known as octopush, this sport pits two 6-member teams against one another in an underwater rink. Each player carries a stick that's about 1 foot long. Players use the sticks to pass around and shoot a 3-pound puck, nicknamed a squid. The heavy puck sinks, so the game is played along the bottom of the pool. Any player that carries or bounces the puck receives a penalty. But you never thought you'd hear a referee shout, "No dribbling the squid!" This wet and wild battle takes place entirely underwater, but a player can't play the entire game on one breath, so the action includes a quick rise to the surface, a gulp of air, and a dive back down into the game. The best octopus players have big lung capacity and the speed and agility of a dolphin, a stick-carrying dolphin, that is. Just as in ice hockey, the action in octopus is fast, furious, and physical. The two sports share one other feature: plenty of ouches. Set your sights on this swing set. Qicang. On playground swings, higher is definitely more fun, but swing too high, or worse, stand up on a swing and you'll get the whistle blown at you. Not so in the sport of Qicang. Too high doesn't exist. In fact, swing over the bar is the only way to win. Created from Eastern Europe country of Estonia, Qicang comes from Qic. This Estonian word means swing. For centuries, people rode giant wooden swings at village festivals, but competitive Qicang is a new form of nuttiness. The Qicang swing has tubular metal arms instead of ropes or chains. The arms lengthen every round to make the action more difficult, stretching from about 10 feet to 26 feet. The longer the arms, the harder it is to swing over the bar. Breaking all playground rules competitors must stand up. Their hands and feet are strapped to the swing. To get the heavy swing moving, competitors pump their whole bodies. They bend their knees, they squat down. They thrust their bodies forward and backward. Competitors say you really don't start Qicang until your legs are above your head. Each swinger has 5 minutes to complete one circle over the bar, but few contenders have the leg muscles or staying power to last even 3 minutes. The winner is the one who completes a full circle on the swing with the longest arms. The world record is just over 23 feet. The U.S. record is about 17 feet. If only you could practice your Qicang during recess, you could be the next champion. Balls away, Qicang. In your neighborhood, snowball fighting may be a winter pastime. In Japan, it's become a competitive sport known as Qicang. The World Championship takes place atop a volcano, even if the volcano is inactive. Phew, the action is totally explosive. Each game consists of 3 3-minute rounds. 7-member teams are allotted 90 perfectly shaped snowballs per round. Then, throw, get 'em. Like hockey players, competitors wear shielded masks. Like secret agents, they duck, dive, and dodge behind frozen barricades to avoid getting hit. And the goal? Capture your opponent's flag to wipe them out with your chilly artillery. So, who makes all those snowballs? Not who, but what. It's the official dumpling-style snowball maker. It's similar to an ice tray, but with rounded slots. Fill it with moist snow, close the round lid, knock off the extra snow, and presto, a tray of regulation snowballs. Qicang isn't just a Japanese phenomenon. Countries across Asia, Europe, and North America host their own tournaments and send teams to international competitions. Some U.S. competitions offer a high school division. Maybe in a few years you can take your snowball fighting skills from the backyard to the big stage. Checkmate, knockout, chessboxing. Picture a chess player, someone who's really smart and probably not too strong. Picture a boxer, a lean, mean punching machine with a brain that might be on the blink from being bonked so many times. Now picture the two as one. What have you got? A chess boxer. It's the ultimate balance of brains and brawn. Someone mentally nimble on the checkerboard and physically nimble in the squared circle. Men, and since 2011 women, compete in the World Chessboxing Organization matches. Each match starts with speed chess. Opponents move their chessmen under the pressure of the clock. 4 minutes later, ding, the fighters have 1 minute to trade their kings and knights for gloves and mouthguards. Ding, now it's 3 minutes to punch it out. Ding, back to the chessboard. Bouts alternate up to 6 rounds of chess and 5 rounds of boxing until there's a winner. Victory can come in the ring, knockout, and come on the chessboard, checkmate. Players can also win by racking up the most points or by disqualification. An elementary school in Germany even includes chess boxing in gym class. Maybe it's time to ask your gym teacher if you can try the thinking man's contact sport. Supersize me, elephant polo. The British have ridden horses in games of polo for more than 100 years. In the old-fashioned version, riders pass or shoot a ball into a goal by using long wooden mallets. Polo actually began halfway around the world, in Asia, most likely Persia. In recent years, the Asian countries of Nepal and Thailand have put a new twist on the game. It became supersized. The new version of the game is elephant polo. In this humorous adaptation, players perch upon pachyderms. To reach the ground, mallets have grown too. They are about 6.5 feet, which is taller than most full-grown men. Players compete in pairs. The mahout, the elephant's trainer, and the caretaker steer the elephant. The other players hold the mallets. The person moves, passes, and attempts to shoot the ball. It's easier said than done. Bog snorkeling. Would you take a bath in a mud river? Of course not, unless you're in Wales, United Kingdom during World Bog Snorkeling Championships. People swim in what's described as bug-infested soup. The only thing harder than pronouncing Wahurabaj is swimming in it. Competitors must doggy paddle. That's the only legal stroke, and the water is so thick the swimmers can barely see as they slap, slip, slop through 60 yards of slime, weeds, and muck. Beyond the standard uniform of snorkel and flippers, serious competitors wear wetsuits. Some of the sillier swimmers show up in costume. One competitor even wore footy pajamas. But bog swimming is hardly something you can do in your sleep. Most competitors admit it's a lot harder than it looks. Cheese rolling. I'm not going to read this one because I'm running out of time here on my recording, but you get the idea. Watermelon skiing. Extreme cold water swimming. On a roll roller soccer. And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Have a great day.